Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, you know the drill. It does not matter what you drive. This is your All-Terrain Nation, and I'm your host, David Boyd. And where in the world is Kelly Boyd? I want to know where Kelly Boyd is. But first, what is going on, everybody? Hopefully you guys are having an awesome Monday. It's been a crazy one. It's been cold as hell here. It's warm yesterday, cold as hell again. And I'm done with winter. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm just completely done with winter. I got to play in the snow for about a week, and I'm done. Now bring me some 60 to 70. I'll take 100 degrees right now. Just bring me some warm weather so I can get out of this winter gear, man. What is going on? I don't know anymore. But this is All Terrain Nation, and this is Bronco Talk Live. And I'm happy to be with you guys. Kelly will be here shortly. She's trying to wrap up some actual real work, or what she calls real work. But anyways, we'll get into this all. But I am a little clustered right at the moment. So let's see. We got glares going on over here. There we go. Fix glares. And what's up? Let's go through the score here. Let's see what's going on. We got Flo. We got Mobile. We got Bronco 78. Steve. In Peugeot. Cigar Texan with that brand new. Well, is it still brand new Cigar Texan? Like, how old was that thing before you got it? I'm kidding, of course. Nurse AJ's in the house. We got Danny. Wait. We got Ford King Extraordinaire in the house, man. What's going on, Daniel? Who else we got? We got Mike in the house. We got Andy with his super chat. Thank you so much for that. Look at all. I said it in the comments, but look at all the members in here, man. You guys are just kick-ass people, man, and I appreciate all that support. Let's see who else is in here. Mobile's in here. Airplane Mike is in the house. Oh, we got a bunch of mods in here tonight. We got Terrence Mooney in the house. Who else we got going on there? I'm scrolling up. Looks to be the usual characters, man. So what is going on? This is Bronco Talk Live, and tonight I want to get into my thoughts and opinions of the Bronco in the snow for one. And I kind of want to give you some thoughts and opinions of it versus the Gladiator, because I took both of them out. I dropped the Gladiator video tonight or this morning, and I wanted to kind of give kind of perspective on each of them. Now, granted, they're similar, but they're different. We know that from the start, that the doors come off, similar engines, except one's a kick-ass twin turbo. The interior layout, everything is pretty similar, except that rear end in Ford. You know, if you watch that video, you're gonna know. I'm still itching for Ford to build the Bronco truck, man. I'm like all in on that. But I put up a poll, and go ahead and vote for that poll if what your interest is with the Ford Bronco. Is it overlanding / camping, rock crawling, kind of Moab things, or just basic trail rides, or just on the road traveling? There's no shame in any of those games. And if you bought it, just be like, hey, that's just my car and that's what I do. There's no shame in that game either, because you bought a kick-ass Bronco. So let me see what we've got going on. What you guys are talking about? I got chats going everywhere over here. What's up, 502 Bourbon Crew? And oh, man, my glass is empty.
Your wife is awesome.
Listen to that empty glass. But tonight, what's going to fill that empty glass is Maker's Mark. This is not brought to you by Maker's Mark, but I haven't had Maker's Mark in a while. I thought, hey, why not, pour a nice glass of that, and let's party that way. I like to party. Kelly, do you like to party?
I like to party.
There we go. But also, smash the like button. It just helps people find the channel, and I greatly appreciate that. It's been a couple rough months here on the channel, so when you smash that, it means a lot. What's going on, Ace? Let's see. Who else is in here? We got a bunch of people. Omnipotent. I can never say that. We got William Rutherford in the house. What is going on with my mouse? See what a mess I am without Kelly over here, like keeping me in line. But let's see. We got 48 votes on that. Poll will end it in just a few minutes. But I am curious. I'm curious your takes on some of this. Some of this is for us to figure out, hey, what's the direction they want to see the sweet Bronco do. But cheers, everybody. You guys know we got Moab coming up. Sorry, I was fixing a thing there. We got Moab coming up. We're the Chicago Auto Show is still up in the air at this moment because of their COVID restrictions, and I'm not hearing anything fun going to be revealed at Chicago Auto Show, and that's kind of a bummer to me because I haven't been to Chicago since 2020, right before the shit hit the fan, and I'd kind of like to just go get some pizza. I mean,
Me too.
the cars, that's one thing, and the trucks and stuff, but the pizza's kind of where I want to go to Chicago for. But all right, we got 50 votes on this thing now. Kelly, where do you think? Because she's way over there. Kelly, overlanding, rock crawling, trail rides, or on the road? Which one do you think is going to win? Just basic trail rides. What would be your number 2?
On the road.
On the road. All right, let's end this poll and see what happens here. You better, if you're going to get your vote in, you got to get it in right now because I am 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are closing this poll right now. All right, let's see what happens here. See what the old percentages pop up to be, but come on, where did you go, poll? There we go. All right, with 47%, trail rides went out, Kelly.
Yes.
39% says camping and overlanding. On the road is 11%, and only 1% for rock crawling / the Moab style stuff.
Wow.
I know, it's
We're
kind of.
not gonna watch our Moab trip.
I guess nobody's gonna watch our Moab trip, man. It's been good. I mean, cheers everybody. The channel's over, I guess. But anyways, no, it's all good. Let's see.
Because they want to see it perform.
Yes, well, a lot of people want to see him perform of doing stuff they don't want to do, which is kind of the fun of it. I do want to test the old Bronco out. I teased the wrap last week. I've got trying to finalize that if my guy would ever get back with me on that. It's amazing. You pay people and then they get quiet on you. But we're going to finalize that. Me and Kelly's been playing with the where we would like some logos and stuff. I know Kelly's planning on dropping that in the membership area so members can see what we're planning. So that should be fun. And you guys have a say in this. So I mean, with the Bronco, there's not a lot of place to put things like advertising wise of the channel or anything. So
Especially when you take the doors off.
yeah, especially when you take the doors off, like Kelly just said, it doesn't lend itself to the best placement. So I want you guys' opinion on that. But so what's up, Chase Thompson? Thompson. What am I thinking? What's going on, Matt? Matt voted overlanding. Ryan, what's going on, dude? I think like the cool thing about the Bronco is it lends itself to everything. Like I said this in I think it dropped in a video a couple of weeks ago that I think Ford did with the Bronco. I think they went after the largest audience they could. They know Jeep owns rock crawling with the solid axles and stuff, the Monster Flex, which is super cool to look at. It's horrible to ride on the road. But they know Jeep owns that. And Toyota's kind of owned the kind of overlanding crowd segment a little bit. So I really feel like when they were the idea behind the Bronco, obviously they knew the roof needed to come off to compete with Jeep, but was we need to give it a little more space than Jeep has because Jeeps can be overlanded. Like if you want to go an extended stay, you can do that, but you see a lot of Jeeps with a little trailer because they don't have a lot of room. And then you have the roof issue. You know, you can put stuff up there. You can make a rack for them, but you keep adding all this weight to it to do it. And I think that they really looked at it and said, okay, Toyota is super good at this. And there's some hellacious 4Runners that are rock crawlers. There's some hellacious FJs that are rock crawlers and Tacomas. But they, I think they were like, if we kind of grab both audiences and sort of make it into one, we've got it covered. So that's kind of what I was curious about where you guys wanted to go with this poll, because when you guys vote in these things, it kind of lets me know, hey, where do you guys want to, content-wise. But we'll get into the, if poor Kelly over there can ever get off work, she's already an hour into overtime over there, and she's trying really, really badly to get over here and talk to you guys. But because it's basically the Kelly Show is what I've learned from now, that it's just Googled how to pronounce it, Dave. Thank you, omnipotent. Omnipotent. Oh. All right, Kelly, I'll let you have that one. Those are big classy words, and I'm not a big classy guy. Let's see. Just placed my order. How long is the wait, do you think? Well, It could be a while. The wait on these things is kind of crazy. It's either or. I've seen people day ones, day twos, day threes that still have not gotten a sniff of a VIN to get their order is going to be built. And Dave must be using McDonald's Wi-Fi. Uh-oh.
No, it's 'cause I'm still on work.
It doesn't look choppy, but we got two things stealing a lot of bandwidth here. But I've seen these people waiting and waiting and waiting. And, they all talk about the deadly sins, and that thing is so out there now that I don't even know what to believe with these deadly sins anymore. And I get kind of inside information on this. And sometimes I can pull from two different sources of inside information, and it's still like one says one thing, another says another thing. Terrence, dude! Terrence, you're crazy, man.
I don't even have to be there and you get money.
I know. What? Kelly said she doesn't even. Yes, Kelly. Before you got here, this was a show before you. See, I can say this stuff when she's not sitting beside me because I don't. There's no fear of her beating my brains in.
Wow, since I'm so abusive.
You are so abusive. But Terrence, you guys, thank you so much for the support. That way, it means a lot. But as far as the build, I think the biggest hurdle is: are you holding on to a soft top? So, I think if I've documented it. I put our order in last January. Almost 365 days ago, we put that order in. But we put our order in, and I heard top issues, was told top issues. We pulled our order back, and then after August, we seen that they were removing our color, and there was no real color we were excited by. So I put my order in it was a black diamond. I bumped it up to a Badlands, which theoretically, that's should have been, you got sway disconnect and all that stuff. Should have been more issues, and just switched to a hard or a soft top. That was it. And 3 days later, we got an order. And I know, guys, that the ones that have been in here for me almost 6 months now, but yes, they're beating a dead horse. But this is for the new people, man. They need to know these things. And so I think I'm recommending right now that the day one, day two, day threes have not gotten close to a VIN. Find a new dealership. Leave your order over there. It's going to cost you $100, and I know a lot of dealers don't even charge for this stuff anymore. But
I'll be right back.
all right, but put in a new order at a completely different. Go find a smaller dealership, or go down to old Mitchell Watts down there, and go to those dealerships and see what happens. See if that gets your same. I mean, just do the exact same build and see what happens. You only have time, and these things are just, it takes forever to get anyways. So what do you have to lose? I mean, hell, I've thought about putting another order in now because, hell, would I not see it till 23? I don't think so. I mean, I've seen enough of these people who were what was it? Someone in November put an order in November, and they're already driving around in theirs. It's nuts. It was a wild track, too, that I remember reading. And it doesn't make sense. Some of it is location, which I've been preaching since the beginning of this. The people like Granger, especially if you got an order with Granger, which I hate to say this, but I think you need to not move your order, but just order it somewhere else from outside of Granger. They had over 600 orders that I heard about. Ford's changed the game on whether you can get that even. Some of Granger's could be a 24 before those guys get their orders. So try it out, switch it. It's going to, at minimum, cost you $100, or at minimum cost you nothing. At maximum cost you $100 to put that order in and just see what happens. But hardtop, if you want a Bronco by the summer and you're kind of late to the game on this, switch to a soft top. I'm telling you, if you saw the video today of me riding, or a couple days ago of me and Kelly, we did the live stream of us riding around with the top down, acting stupid in the snowstorm. We've only seen a couple issues with the soft top, and it wasn't like I was freezing or anything when I did that video. I mean, the only part of when we had the top down, yes, it was chilly. But what I mean by that is it wasn't like I've not felt uncomfortable. We've been riding around in 15 to 17 degree days here in Middle Tennessee for a week or so. Guess what? I've got auto start on my fob, unless you get I think a base doesn't come with the cooler fobs, but I pre-start it. It warms up for 5-6 minutes before I get in it, and I wouldn't know any difference. And I've hopped right in this vehicle with it being cold and not knowing a difference. So if you are on the fence about hey, I really want to get this thing, but it's going to be, what's slowing me down, get you a soft top and go from there. So there you go. There's Dave's rant of the night, and I'll get into your stuff. The biggest thing, too, is two doors. Two doors are just, it is what it is, man. I hate to say that two doors are strictly hardtop, and they're going to be slow as hell to get. But then again, I have read of people that put in a late two-door order, some of the green ones now, and they're showing up suddenly. So let's see, where did I miss here with you guys while I was ranting and raving? Mobile, where was it? Terrence spending the children's college fund on alternation. Oh, that's great, man. I'm gone in 60 seconds says my wait was a year and a half. Hey, I was there with you. We didn't really get ours till, what was it, the 28 November. Was it November 18 when we got our Bronco, or it showed up?
Arrived on site November 18th. We picked it up on the 20th.
Yeah. So, I was a day 3 reservation and a there's Miss Kelly.
Hi.
But I was a day 3 reservation, and January 20th, as soon as we could put in our order, we did it, and because I wanted to get in order of our dealership. So, Kelly, what is going on?
Hi.
I'm glad your fans, your show here could finally see you.
Yeah.
But you had a tough day?
It's been one.
What is going on? What's going on, kitten?
I know you haven't even barely gotten to talk to me.
I know, I haven't seen my wife.
I threw pork in the oven and on my lunch.
Wait, this isn't that kind of show.
No. I threw a pork loin in the oven and I said, okay, now it's there. You figure it out from here.
Oh man,
that's all I got.
I do like me some Maker's Mark. But let's see.
I had to change my shirt for you all.
Mm-hmm. Always right. Oh, speaking of which, you want to talk to about that?
Yeah, that was already on my to-do. Hey, guys. I see you saying hey in the chat. So we said it on our last impromptu live. I know, Andy. Nice of me to show up. It's nice of me to show up, isn't it?
Thank you, Andy. Thank you. Take care of this one.
Man, Terrence throwing big money when I'm not here.
See what happens?
Maybe it's a sign.
Not at all. Not at all.
What car did I drive today? So I drove the Bronco today.
What do you think she drives?
Right.
I will say,
okay.
Usually our son
I was going to say
pulls right behind the Gladiator because
Does.
he knows we do take the Bronco more than
yeah.
Than
So it would be more difficult because I would have to move his car.
I'll fix this problem for you.
Oh yeah, you'll have him parked behind the Bronco, won't you? Yeah. And then I'll drive the Jeep on the grass. Yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I took the Bronco today. In YouTube Car Spotters Guide, I did go to the post office today and there was not anything yet. So we'll keep our eyes out for it.
She sent me a video of nothing in that box.
I did send a
if
video.
If you guys are interested in wanting to send anything,
he's not begging.
Kind of correspondence, but we have a P.O. box. It's usually in the description of these videos or any of our videos. If you ever want to send something,
P.O. Box 356.
Kelly got
Rockvale, Tennessee.
Kind of a weird. No, I won't say weird. That's the wrong word. A spicy happy birthday card.
I did get a spicy happy birthday card.
And we've gotten a couple things, man, and we do appreciate all that.
It is Ozzy Man on the back wall.
Not the BMW. Yeah,
nope.
she didn't drive that BMW.
No, that's a good thing. It's gone.
That's such a pretty car, though.
I know it was a pretty car.
I mean, it
drove really well. It's just the maintenance.
Driving, the ability to drive really well and actually drive the car are two different things, right?
That's true. But yeah, so this hat's all crooked. It's messing me up. So shirt I'm wearing today and the All Terrain Friends t-shirt. Long awaited. You all have waited so patiently.
Over a year for the Friends shirt.
Forever. But they are officially up on the site. You can go to allterraination.com. And The store is up, so you can order straight through there. We actually had an order come in on Friday. I literally put it together within 20 minutes, had everything printed and everything, and it was ready and it was out the door. So that's my goal. But keep in mind, it could take 3 to 5 business days depending upon the other life that's happening in our house. But so I can get them done pretty quickly, but they're on the website.
You ordered the lanyards, right?
I ordered the lanyards. I'm still waiting to hear back as to when those will arrive. So the membership lanyards. So remember, you have to be a member for 2 months for us to be able to cover the cost of the lanyard, essentially. So once you've hit that 2 months, then I will actually send it out. And I have actually sent out, or I have actually put in the membership area on YouTube, that there's actually a Google form there. I know a lot of people, at last I looked, there were 8 people that had already put in for that. So if you have not, and you are a member, please be sure to check the member section on the site or on YouTube and fill out that Google form, because that'll actually give me your address and your t-shirt size. Get rid of that Robert Simmons. That's a spammer. Second one up from the bottom. Remove it.
Yes. Oh, look at that.
Thank you, YouTube Car Spotters Guide.
Mod's got us.
I know. I have control issues.
Right.
But yeah.
Anyways.
So anyway, check out the membership area and fill out that Google form for me if you would. It gives me your address so that way I can send you your lanyard when you hit your 2 months.
Yes. Cigar Texan, by the way, and Cigar. I was going to share your photo of you doing this, but I needed to ask permission before I did it. But dude, you waited so long, and he wore the ATN
I saw it
that we sent out. I don't even remember why we sent those out, but we did send. It was for something.
Oh, there were a few people we sent it because they sent us stuff.
Okay. But yes, that was freaking awesome. I like that a lot. You and was it George Lopez, or no, not George? Jesus.
Wow.
I can't remember his name. From the Ford dealership in Texas there. Who I've bugged to be on the show, and he's
Was that the one that does his own channel?
He has his own channel. It's really good too. Especially early on in the Bronco stuff was really, really good information. Between him and Mitchell, man, like they had it covered for good dealer information.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember watching his stuff early on.
Yeah, and but that was awesome that you got a picture with him and the ATN shirt, man. So I definitely wanted to share that out on Instagram, but I wanted to ask permission before we did that. But let's see. Overland for Fun says, ask Kelly if I can special order a specific size shirt.
I have some specific sizes, but PM me if your size isn't on there. We'll get a wait list together or something.
I think he means toddler shirt is what Tim's looking for.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, Tim, he'll want to talk for 4 hours about shirts.
If I do a toddler shirt of this, it would just be lift.
George, yes, it was George. There you go.
It would just say lift.
They were answering. They were answering the name.
I'm pretty sure, Michael.
Jorge, there we go.
Even if you don't have an email, I think it'll actually let you still fill it out. If you don't, PM us on Instagram and
or the email on the website.
On the website, and then I can get it added manually in there. That just seems to be the easiest way to collect the information to the masses. But yeah, if you have trouble with that, just send us an email with the info. Well, you wouldn't be able to see it. So I just need your name, your address, your YouTube name, and your t-shirt size. So
Mark Senna, did you mean to double tap there? Thank you so much for that. We do appreciate that.
And somebody else threw some money at you.
Well, let's see.
Thank you.
Anyways.
Buy your own super chat.
No, I don't know how that works exactly what I'm doing here, but I'm doing it.
Scroll up.
All right. So let's see.
There was one more.
Sorry, we got it. Kelly's got
Valley Dude 5000.
Oh, there he goes.
Loved the interview with your dad. It was beautiful and a great family time.
Thank you. I'm going to try to get one of her parents on an interview because they both worked for GM. They were lifers with GM, and I want to talk cars with them a little bit, and we may do that when we're in Florida. But we'll be in Florida in a couple weeks. We will our Bronco Talk Live will be on the road, so I don't know if production levels will be be there, but we will be doing Bronco Talk Live on the road, and maybe we can get one of the manufacturers of a bumper company that I'm been dealing with for quite a while and on the show. Maybe we can talk to Nestor with Shadow Wolf. And I know Shadow Wolf's itching to make a solid axle kit for the Broncos, which is really cool. But
Leave my Bronco alone.
no, I have zero issue. Like, I wanted the Bronco because of its independent front suspension. That was the appeal of it to me. I mean, I have a Jeep out there for the opposite reasons, you know. But Kelly, let's talk a little bit about.
Is this your approval window tonight?
Do it.
Is this the approval window tonight? Or
No,
is this one.
this is our main screen.
I was gonna say
But
you messed
this
me up
is
tonight.
this is. Sorry.
He messed everything up tonight. You changed it. This screen is usually
no,
over
but
here.
I gave us both screens to look at.
Oh. Okay.
So I want to get into the first off. I guess we should get into just driving the Bronco in the snow. Now, you really didn't get a chance to do much in the snow, right?
No, I was a passenger.
Yeah.
And then my video.
Any particular reason for that? Is just how it happened for us? I don't remember. I don't
It
recall
was
you.
just how it happened because you took off.
I was gonna say I don't recall you like going, "Hey, you're the champions, 1974."
That's his.
That's right, man.
His too.
Um,
Thank you for that. Super
Thank you
chat.
so much, Cigar Texan. But so you didn't even
Because
get
I've gotten my hand slapped enough to let you drive the Bronco when it's not my time.
Wow, man, how sexist did I sound there? I mean, I didn't even say any of this stuff. But so I wanted we were told here in Middle Tennessee last week, oh, just expect an inch, maybe an inch and a half of snow, and which is still fun for us because we don't get a ton of snow.
But they usually shut our schools down for that, and we don't
Yes.
get anything.
Yes. So Sunday night, we knew it was coming. It was about 9 o'clock. It started rolling in a little bit, and our daughter was Kelly. But our daughter was itching to go play out in snow, and I told her, I was like, look, they hadn't. I don't think they'd called school out just yet, and so they called school out late. I'm laying in bed, literally ready to go to bed, and Kelly's like, you should let her play in the snow. We don't get a lot of snow. I was like, all right. So at 10 o'clock, my daughter's outside in the backyard playing in the snow.
Oh, they had called school at that time because that's the only reason why I let her go out and play.
So, and I'm laying there just kind of pissed off because I'm like, I had to work the next day. Like, this sucks that you guys
I told
get
him,
to
I
go
was
play
like, here's
snow.
the thing, is that it's going to be gone in the morning. So you should let her go play tonight.
Which is how it
Because
happens.
it was pretty snow. Like, it was pretty.
Mhm.
There was a lot of it, and it was pretty. But yet, it was going to be... That's how Tennessee does. It's
Yeah.
gone in the morning.
Yeah.
But it wasn't completely gone in the morning.
No, not at all.
It
But-
kept coming.
Yeah, it kept coming, and that inch and a half that inch and a half turned into 6. Then it turned into like 8 inches, and some areas around here in the
That's what she
outskirts got
said.
9 inches. And Lord knows we don't get 9 inches around here. But anyways, so I didn't go to work the next day, and I woke up ready to go to work, and I was like, you know what?
And then I was anxious as all get out because they were all home.
Wait. Okay. But so I wake up at 5 in the morning, and I'm getting ready for work, and I look outside, and there's just the roads are covered, and it just like a winter wonderland here. And I'm like, you know what? F it. I'm not even going to attempt to go to work.
No, and then this big kid comes in and goes, "There's snow out there, and it's really pretty." And it's 5:30 in the morning, and
Kelly's
Mama
like-
doesn't do mornings.
Kelly's like, shut the fuck up.
I don't do mornings. And and I knew I could sleep in because our daughter didn't have to go to school that morning. And he's all like, "It's so pretty out there." And I'm just like, uh-huh. And he's like, "I'm going to drive in it." And I think he was like trying to get me to get up and go driving it with him, but I just couldn't get out of the bed that morning. And so he took off by himself.
I did. And because I wasn't going back to bed. I mean, I was already awake by that point. So, and I was like, kind of like what you said, okay, well, enjoy it today, and it's gone by tomorrow. And so I took the Bronco out literally at 5:30 a.m. All the pictures you see of like just buried in snow. is I pre-warmed it up. I kicked it on from the house, and I told Kelly, I was like, I'm off to play. And I know I took some grief about not scraping the snow off the hood of the vehicle, but I was literally the only one out, and I knew I would be the only person out
at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, there. So
especially on a snow day.
What did I do? This one.
Oh, I don't know.
Anyways,
I broke it.
Yeah, stop touching things. Yeah, I did the video. It wasn't a long drive either. That video wasn't too bad. And then I came home and the family woke up and I made the video and it was fun. And I went to work the next day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the snow basically was gone. And I was kind of bummed out, but I was like, well, at least I got to do it. I got to see what the Bronco can do in the snow. And guys, all-wheel drive is where it's at with this thing, I think, in snowy conditions was freaking nice because, you put them into 4 low or 4 high and you're trying to get into a parking spot or something and they bind a little bit when you're trying to turn.
And we noticed that in the Jeep.
Yes. And in 4 high was freaking amazing. When it needed traction control, it kicked it in, and when it doesn't need it, it just doesn't use it. So I was pretty impressed with that. And then I went and, I took crap for not doing any donuts in the thing. And I was like, really? I was like at our local park, and I was like, what?
Or in the Bronco.
It's dark. I'm the only lights over here, and knowing my luck, 5-0 would roll right by as I'm out there. They see these lights going around, and I was like, and I didn't have any of my gear with me. I just did all that on my cell phone. And I should have grabbed the tripod and all that stuff, but I was trying to be quiet.
But again, like we talked about too, your luck would be you'd set up the tripod, you'd get ready, and then all the woo woo woo, you guys gotta go, and just be like, I gotta get my camera first, and yeah.
So that was one reason why you didn't get any fun spinnies then. But then we got more snow, Kelly.
We did. Tennessee has had 3 years worth of snow in 1 week.
Yes.
Because the snow was gone from Monday
gone. You can
Wednesday.
Gone.
No, Tuesday. Tuesday it was gone.
Yeah, by Tuesday.
So Sunday night is when it rolled in, and then we had it all day Sunday. Saturday.
Monday.
Words are important. Yes,
Monday.
And then Tuesday it was gone. And then Wednesday work. Thursday is when it started rolling in. So they actually proactively closed schools for Thursday because of the threat of snow and the weather people being correct the time before. So they ended up proactively closing school, and we watched as the snow ramped up at the house and everything. And then by Friday, I took the day off on Friday because I was like, he took the day off. Yeah. I'm taking the day off.
Was it Friday we did the live stream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So which let's get into the.
Andrea, thank you so much for that super chat. We appreciate you. That's what I said.
No, I'm from last night. From last night's where I think Dwayne thought I was kind of being mean to him. I was like, no, it's Andrea. I was like, I take crap from this one about it. So, and thank you so much for that super chat. But yeah, so I told Kelly, I was like, you guys seem to we do those live streams from inside the Bronco. Mm-hmm. We always get a lot of views on those things. It's kind of crazy, really.
We're in Middle Tennessee, Matt. So we're
basically Murfreesboro. Yeah,
basically
right outside Nashville. So I told Kelly, I was like, let's go do that. It'll be fun. We can take some questions or whatever. And what I thought would be like a 30-minute ride turned down to over 2 hours, I think.
Yes.
And
it was 45 minutes in with our top off.
Oh yeah. But so we're talking and we go do some spinnies and have some fun and Shaky Cam over here is holding the camera. And
hey.
but we go to the same park I recorded that the other day, and finally I was able to do a little bit of spins. I didn't go too. I could have went a lot crazier than that, but
I know I was a little disappointed that you didn't do it one more time.
There was that officer on the other side of the parking lot.
I know he was on his break.
But I have the shittiest luck ever with that stuff.
That's true.
So I was like, and then we got to monkey with the trail turn assist, which pretty freaking cool. I will say. I'll forget about it, though, on the trails. I would completely forget about that.
Because we're not used to that feature.
Yeah. But
we won't forget about that sway bar disconnect, though.
But yes, that was that's another part of the story. But so we took it out and had fun, and then I thought, well, we'll drive into town, and I'll just there's some country roads that were going to be real snow and real pretty, and we were talking to our audience and stuff, and I don't know what the devil inside my head was like, you know what, we should take the top down, and then I said it on to you guys. I was like, if somebody's dumb enough to super chat us,
You didn't say dumb enough.
well,
You said
for me, dumb as me being
if
dumb.
he said if 2 people will throw a super chat at us,
Yes.
then we will pop the top and drive around without the top on. And I said, excuse me?
She did. It was quite funny.
And so then somebody threw $5 at us, and then
Who was that?
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
And then
who that was.
Dave goes, well, that's just not enough. I said, oh, so you have somebody throw a super chat.
I said 2 though.
And you did say, and then he threw
It could have been
$25.
$1. Like it could have been $1.
Yeah, it could have been 2 $1.
Yeah.
And he threw $25 more. So we got paid $30 to take the top off.
Pimping myself out to take my top off. But yeah, so we pulled over in the Costco parking lot.
Revy.
And Kelly thought it was I don't think you thought I was really going to do it.
I didn't.
And I was like, no, this. And what was funny was we were going to do it in the at the light, and I forgot there was all this snow on the roof.
Yeah, we had like 5 inches of snow on the top.
Yeah, I was like, well, shit. And so we pull over to our Costco, and we're trying to scrape this off, all during a live stream. And it wasn't cold at first, but it definitely, once we got rolling down the road.
Time.
But I will say this, the heated seats in this thing, and even the Jeep, are freaking amazing. And this is honestly what they're made for. They want them very hot for when the doors are off. It's a cool night. You don't want to feel uncomfortable. And I've been in old Jeeps where you're freezing. I went through a rainstorm.
Welcome, Panzer 948.
Me and Jim went to we were at the lake, and we were in his Jeep and got hit in a rainstorm. We were at Normandy. I forget what it was.
I don't know.
And we left you and his wife and their kids and our kids there, and me and him ran back to Murfreesboro for something. Pouring rain, freezing our ass off in his old YJ. And like now knowing like if I had some heated seats, it'd been like, oh, I could have survived that.
Total different world.
Easy. The 7 function, number 7 speed on the fan, very, very nice. And we drove around and had some fun.
But it would not, we've talked about this, it would not be enough for anyone in the back seat.
Oh, no.
It'd be way too cold for anybody in the back seat because, for one, you don't have heated seats. For 2, the AC system doesn't push back there. Or the heat system doesn't push back there.
We got to figure that system out. But we drove through, and we're driving through town, and both kind of getting a little closer to that windshield because of the wind coming over that and being a little bit chilly. But then we're talking. I see
and I wasn't planning to, or else I would have put a winter jacket on.
Yes, we did. It was.
We just had
not
hoodies
well thought
on.
out.
No.
What's up? Positivity wins. But we're driving down our main road, and I see the Jeep dealership, and I was like, you know what? And a lot of these places are still open. I was like, you know, it would be fun I was hoping for a salesman to kind of run out and just think it was fun. But we did circles in their donut or in their parking lot. And you said you saw somebody kind of pop out and was looking at us.
Not pop out, but you could see that they were in the office, that they were kind of looking out the window like, what is going on out there? Because we had the top off.
It's very obvious that the top is off on these things, too. And so I kind of thought it was kind of fun to troll the Jeep dealership.
And it was snowing in the Jeep or in the Bronco.
Yes, and that was
the coolest thing ever.
And knowing we have those
the marine grade seats.
Yes, marine grade seats that no big deal, wipes out of there, you know. And
although we used our blanket to knock the snow off, so we couldn't even use the blanket to keep warm.
Well, she couldn't. I actually dressed fairly warm for not expecting that, but working.
So you planned it?
No, for working outside, I just generally kind of dress for emergencies. But so we decided then, hey, let's go to the Ford. If Jeep is open, Ford's got to be open, right? And,
he did. He was like, let's take it to the Ford dealership. And I was like, we're going to have to put this top down before we get to Ford.
And I kind of was hoping that our salesman was there. And by that, when we pull in, you could tell that they were
Nobody
closed.
was there.
Yeah, they were closed. But we did the thumbnail of that pit, and we got out and did some fun pictures with that. And then we were both kind of like, I think we need to get the top back on this. And but that was a blast. And then we took everybody to the mailbox and stuff. But overall driving of this vehicle, now I wasn't doing 60 miles an hour in the snow and ice either, but drove great. I never once felt like uncomfortable, and I've been in some vehicles where you're just like, this is, you can just feel it, like it doesn't feel as firm as I would like it on the road. And I never once was like, felt, the only time I guess ever we were there was a truck, since you couldn't see really the lanes, he was a trailer kind of getting close to us. But overall, like, great. I kept it in 4 auto. I think there was one time I kicked it in 4 high. I forget what we were doing. I put it in 4 high. And the vehicle...
you had to put it in 4 high to get the trail assist.
Yes. The trail assist will only work in 4 high or 4 low. It wouldn't work in 4 auto.
And we've got a short that we created because I obnoxiously was like, there it goes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this one over here, Miss Catchphrase.
He's trying to make me go TikTok famous.
Yeah,
he put it on
something
TikTok.
like that. Well, you gotta shake that.
Or you
booty.
just like
you gotta shake the booty to get TikTok famous.
That's not happening.
But so yes, driving this thing was great. I felt comfortable in it. The 35s on it, I mean, their tires, you bore actually rubber contact on the road. Felt great, and so I wanted to then, when we got that snow, I wanted to get into the Gladiator and just get a feel for the vehicle, because they're similar vehicles, and that's one reason why we own both of them right now, is because we want A and B, Jeep's kind of newest product to, Ford's newest product. And you guys, if you've watched any of my Jeep stuff, you know that I like that platform. I like the fact that there's a truck bed on it, but yet you can still take the doors and the roof and stuff off like that.
You see why the Bronco's mine.
No. But I like that style of vehicle. And now the only kind of major difference between the two is there's mud tires on the Gladiator, and the Bronco has the MTs, but they're actually what they call maximum traction tires. So they're really like an aggressive all-terrain is what they are. Other than that, no real difference. The Jeep, I will say, handled better at slow. I mean, obviously it's slower speeds. It's not like going crazy. Some of that is definitely the longer wheelbase. It's definitely noticeable driving this thing. It does feel a little more steady. I would have liked to seen the Jeep have like the 4 auto function, where we have the cool thing about a manual transfer case is, when you pull that back, it's working, but the kind of bummer of that manual transfer case is you're not getting all the updated features. So, I will say, I think I had a little more fun in the Jeep.
Wow.
But I mean, it's not saying that I was disappointed by the Bronco by any means. I really, for whatever reason, that old school driving feeling in the snow kind of versus the more modern, I don't know. It just felt not better, but just different. So maybe that different, it means like I just felt more fun.
Yeah.
But maybe in the practical sense, it was like, no, probably the independent front suspension is still, for daily driving, is way better. But I wish I could, maybe if we can get another snow in, I'd like to get your impressions of these, because you probably drove them more than me, both of them more than I have.
Well, I haven't even told you this yet, but I had a little scary incident this morning.
Uh-oh.
So I was leaving our daughter's school, and we've told you our post office is out in the country. So there's a couple different ways that you can get there. You can either go like main roads, or you can go like fun little back roads. And the main roads just take a little bit longer. So I took the fun little back roads and went across Crescent Lane, the slab there on Crescent. So I went across there. The water was going a little fast, but I was like, it's fine. And it was fine at the end of it all. It was fine.
At the end
because
of it
I
all.
had seen other cars, you could see trails where other cars had made it through, so it was fine. But what I didn't anticipate, because it was flowing a little bit fast, I went a little faster than I should have, and I got up on the other side, and it had iced over, and so I ended up doing like a 180 in the road. Not a 180, probably about a 90 degree, like scared the shit out of me, for one.
Let's really get it. Let's get into this, because this is the first I'm hearing.
This literally is the first time. I was saving it for you guys tonight, so I didn't get completely in trouble.
Continue.
But I did. I went up, and when I got over, it literally like did a 90-degree.
Should I draw one of my poor sketches here that they were making fun of?
No, but I'm driving through on the road, and I ended up like this on the road because it slid.
You did a 90.
I did a 90,
Mm-hmm.
and I freaked my shit out because I thought, oh God, I'm getting ready to go. Because hugging the road over here is the rest of the creek. And I'm thinking, oh shit, like this is how it's going to go. This is it. You got to put the hat on backwards for this one.
All right.
So, but there was a van that was getting ready to cross, and they watched me, and they were like, I don't know that I want to go across there. But it was purely because it had iced over on that side of the road. But everything was fine. But I did scare the shit out of myself driving down the road. Everything was fine.
So if you guys know of any couples counseling that might do it through a streaming service like this, where you guys we'd want you to watch, obviously, but no, that's not good, But you dealt with it and moved on, which is I'll deal with this and we'll move on later. But no,
it wasn't you. It wasn't.
And you were probably in 2-wheel drive.
I was in 2-wheel drive.
Yeah.
So it just literally grabbed onto the ice. So then, of course, the rest of the roads, I'm like going 20 miles an hour around corners.
Can you guys imagine on a Monday, especially, that Kelly's like, hey, I put the Bronco in a ditch and there's a tree laying over it. Could you guys imagine that Monday live stream?
I didn't put it in the ditch.
I'm
on
worst
the road.
Case scenario in here.
I know. Trust me. I was worst case scenario the whole time that the truck was spinning.
But yeah, could you imagine that live stream? That would have been probably interesting to say.
Overlighting for fun says, I'm free. Just let me fire up the lights.
Yeah. So yeah, that sounds interesting. She'll be driving the Bronco or the Gladiator now.
Oh yeah, right. How many years have I been driving vehicles and not gotten myself in trouble?
No, some of that probably is due to the tire that's on there.
I'm sure.
If you had more of a normal street radial, like normal.
Well, and honestly, had I
pattern,
not
right.
seen flow in the creek, like if I had seen it like we did the Elam Road.
And our daughter was with you, right?
No, she was not.
Okay.
She was at school.
Okay. I'm just
No.
asking.
No, had it been more like when we did all those pictures and stuff, I wouldn't have gone.
So yes, so if you've seen the picture or the video of her crossing the creek in this, here, wait, here, let's do this.
Calm like that.
All right, that little bridge that you saw at the end is what she's talking about.
But it was a different road, but it was just like that. But there was a little bit of flow to it. So I was concerned a little bit with it. But like I said, I had seen more tires go through. So I knew that people were fine and I knew I could make it. But it's just I didn't anticipate the ice at the end of the end of it.
I'm watching the questions. The questions are the topics are hilarious. But where was it? Dave, who wrecked last? That's a good question. Who has had the last accident? When was your last accident? I am on the streets way more than you are.
You've had work accidents way before me.
No, but
way since me.
Was,
that was in my Maxima on
yeah,
Barfield. So it's been a long
I would have
time.
been that. We had a box truck in front of me I was getting off the interstate, getting on our main road, and I had a box truck, long traffic line, just takes off going. All of a sudden, just slams on his brakes, and I ran in the back of him about 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, and mine's was 2009, I think.
Yeah. So she's the safer. Clearly, she's the safer driver, right?
Overall, and yes,
Clearly.
who has had the most accidents between you two over the last 10 years? Definitely you.
Yes.
Which one of you has totaled the most cars? I've not totaled any. This one has. Just saying. So.
Well, there we go.
There you go.
Clearly, I'm a bastard here.
Didn't say you were a bastard. They're just telling you to be gentle.
Well, let's look at some of the questions over here, and we'll go from there. But we did enjoy being in the snow with this thing. I think it's a lot of fun. Once again, if we do get February is when we usually get snow. So
hold that thought. Matt asked who is the most with speeding tickets. Me.
Yeah. Why don't you tell them about the Nissan Titan that we bought for a long-term review?
Okay, so we didn't buy it for a long-term review. We weren't even doing that at that point, I don't think.
So yes, I was podcasting.
You were, but it wasn't for that. We needed a vehicle.
In 2017, I had a Nissan Frontier. I traded it for a Nissan Titan because, whether she thinks it or not, I needed for the podcast channel. I needed it for content to talk about.
I didn't know that's what it's for.
And so a big V8 in this thing, very powerful. Kelly had never driven, I think, a V8 at that point.
I don't think so.
So I test drove it. The interior of that thing.
Hey, Aaron.
What's up, Aaron? I test drove the thing. Love the interior. Not a fan of the exterior, but it was for full-size trucks. It was a deal, and it was a Nissan at the time that I needed. So this one, she gets the keys, and I don't think we'd had it too long, right?
No.
So this one here, she's like, "Hey, do you care if I drive that to work?" And I was like, "No, take it to work."
I don't think I even asked permission. I think
because that one was the lease, so it was like it's sitting in at the house anyway, so you might as well drive it. And she calls me up and is like, "You're never gonna believe what happened." So,
I took a picture of the lights in my windshield or in my mirror.
Yes, and Miss V8 over here got pulled over for speeding. And so she'd been the last time I've been pulled over, knocking on wood here.
I said you can
it's
say.
been a long time. Me and her were drag racing, and I got pulled over.
Yes, when we were dating.
Yes, so she had a Cobalt, a Chevrolet.
Chevy Cobalt.
What year was that? 9? No, 6.
6.
Because we were just getting together. And I had a 2005 Honda Element, and we came from my parents' house, and we were on the
heading to my parents' house.
We were on the main strip, and
he got a bug up his butt that he wanted to race. And I'm normally the laid-back, cool kid that doesn't do those things. I follow the rules. And at that time, I was really a rule follower. You were still breaking my rules.
Yep.
And he's like revving, and he wants to go. And I was like, okay, fine.
I don't ever remember where that cop was.
I don't either, but he pulled you over and not me.
It was quickly the end of that. And she pulls over with, she was like, "I'm busted too." And you're like, "No, you just keep going. You don't."
Well, because.
It's not a twofer.
Well, no, because I think at that point I had that cop that tried to pull me over on the way to Memphis that time. And he told 3 cars in a row to get off the road. So I just figured I was in trouble too because we were both blind.
Yeah. So I got a ticket for racing. My last racing ticket is with this one. So
and then before him, I had several going 86 and a 60. And most of them were construction, but they never had people in them.
Oh, that sign.
There were never people working.
Those construction signs mean nothing.
No, but they kept saying that there were people there, and there was nobody working.
I never saw that guy
abandoned.
go. I never saw the guy go over my hood.
Shut up.
Jeez. So yes, clearly, I'm accident prone and she's speed prone.
Oh, but to finish that, so I get pulled over in the Titan, and the officer comes up, and I'm like, shit. And he comes up, and I'm super nice.
And she's like, she's
nice.
doing this. Right?
I am not. I don't do that because I never get out of tickets. I always get the tickets. And guy comes up, and he goes, "You know why I pulled you over?" And I said, "Yeah, I was going 53 and a 45." And he goes, "Well, actually, you were going 53 and a 40. And I was like, "Oh." And I actually told him, I was like, "I understand that that's speeding. I'm so sorry." And he goes, "You were actually going 13 miles over the speed limit." And I said, "Yes, sir. I'm sorry. We just got this truck too, and I'm still learning the V8 in it and don't really realize what's here." And he's like, "Oh, do you like the truck?" And I was like, "Yeah, I really like it." He's like, "It looks good. It's a nice truck." And I was like, "Yeah, we're really big fans, blah, blah, blah." So he goes, let me have your stuff. So he goes, checks it. He comes back and he goes, "So you've not had a ticket in 10 years. He said, "I don't think we need to tarnish your record, but we do agree that 13 is a little fast, right?" And I said, "Yes, sir." He's like, "Yes, it should be like 50, 45 or 50 in this area, but it's not. So just watch your speed." And I said, "Yes, sir." And he gave me a warning.
Yeah, well.
So that's the last time I've been pulled over.
Well.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. Now watch both tomorrow.
I
somehow,
know
me
we're
and you'll-
both gonna be, we're gonna be begging.
Right. Let's see. Where are we at with
We're
the
like way
conversation?
behind.
I know. Where's
Andy says or sign up for Patreon and harass them.
what was that based on?
That
What's up,
was talking
Bradical?
about maybe membership, maybe.
Oh, yes, and let's see. Imperio says yes, it is pronounced Jorge. I like the spelling of Jorge.
Mitchell Watch, all 6'3" of him is showing up at random YouTubers'
I gotta get
homes
Mitchell
now.
back on the show. We need to go down and see old Mitch. We're gonna go down there and see him. He's always in Tennessee. He was in.
I don't
Pigeon
think we
Forge.
have enough subs for him to show up at our house.
No, I don't think we can get old Mitchy here. But
He said that he's showing up at random YouTubers' houses.
well, I did see the thing he did with I can't think of that YouTube channel's name. Their Bronco channel. But that was he literally was there off the interstate. It was like nothing to stop there.
Valley Dude
And-
5000 says Kelly's parents' interview would be great.
Yeah, we are gonna.
Yeah, they're
plan,
GMers.
yeah, we're gonna plan to do some of that stuff. The tennis. There we go. There's something I wanted to talk about. The tennis skirt crew has a Bronco. That is right. Light Bright Nation now has a Bronco, and my opinions. I'm gonna lay it out real quick. I'm saying this beforehand. I'm almost 100% sure they're both nice people, super nice people. But there is nice real people, and then there's the YouTube face they probably have. And they kind of pissed me off that video a little bit, and a couple that they've done because they lied to people about, oh, this tops won't stay down, and you could tell they wasn't even latched because they have an endorsement with Best Top, so you know the thing's going to get a new Best Top on it. So they were trying to trash the one that's on it. The wind issue where it shows the top coming up in the winds. Yes, you're in 80-mile-an-hour winds, and they were doing 80 miles an hour on top of it. You could see every once in a while how fast they were going. Not ideal, but I guarantee you that a Jeep with would have the same issues in that situation. Two, they trashed the Bronco like crazy. They made fun of the independent front suspension till they got one. And guess what? Now it's, oh, this thing is amazing. And they just play these audiences. And I try to keep it as real as possible, which is probably why I'll never have the audience they do. But I don't like the two-sided face of like, hey, you know, Bronco's great. Oh, it's a piece of shit. No, it's great. Like, oh, and then they're going to put it up against their two-door that's on 40s. Like, yeah, that's real wise. So you guys know I'm not a big fan of Tennis Skirt Nation over there. But once again, I'm sure they're super nice people and they're doing amazing things and people seem to watch what they do. So more power to them. But yes, Impejo, I did see that.
Thank you, Matt, for your order on the website. I will get it shipped out tomorrow.
Impejo says, where is Pickens' party of 5? I don't know where they're at. Let's see. What video? Sorry, I'm randomly skimming through here trying to figure out. Asked Brittany what she was down for before Daddy Warbucks scooped her up with what? Snow was like sex. You never know how long it will last and how many inches you're gonna get. True.
True story.
Let's see. Overlanding for fun. You're not seeing 9 inches because it's cold. So I am told. What was the Seinfeld thing about cold water or something?
No idea. I never
Shrinkage.
watched it.
Shrinkage. Let's see. AT made a big time. They've got dedicated spammers. Yeah, I guess
It's
guess
the last couple of weeks. It's just been stupid.
The last 3 live streams we've just gotten.
Yes, and it only is the live streams.
Yeah. Let's see. Once again, thank you, Andrea, for the 1999. Dr. Simple Beauty is in the house. Apparently, LA sent you all of our storms. Well, you can keep them in LA, please.
Right.
We got to Matt's question about where are we? Let's see. Blueford waiting on my Big Ben 4-door that I ordered. Non-sash. Blueford, I've reached out. I keep waiting to hear from my contact back on that, but it's quiet at the moment. I know I talked to him 2 nights ago, and he said, hey, I reached out to whoever handles that, and they hadn't got back to him. So, you know when I'm going to find out when it shows up at your dealership, and then I'm going to be like, well, hey, they said it'll be there yesterday. Revi says it's a cheeky night. What else we got going? Panthers in the house. Positive wins. Tim Hip. Let's see. Tim says, how is your experience getting that middle latch for the soft top to snap back in? Middle latch?
I don't know of any middle latch. Oh, we haven't taken that. Like, we've only got, the only ones we've dealt with are the two in the front.
Yes. Yes, I have. We've
not gone all the way back.
Yes, the weather has just not permitted us to really get brave and go all the way back. But I will let you know, we will definitely do some videos on that stuff.
Yeah, especially with the new stuff that we saw today with the whole crease.
I'll get in a tennis
thing.
skirt and do that. How about that?
No.
Let's see. Terrence.
On our live is what he's talking about.
Yep. I'm just skimming through these guys. I ran 2
Kelly, you're assuming that that I care enough about my kids to give them heat or AC overlanding for funds.
Yes, that is true. We had our son. It was cold, man. It was definitely in the teens, and I cranked the heat on, and of course the front heaters blow enough air back there. But it's still stupid to me why they didn't put vents
like they did
in
in
the
Jeep.
center console like Jeep has. Just dumb. I would love to talk to Ford's engineer that was like, you know what, they don't need that, and the under the seat thing or whatever, like they couldn't tell any heat coming out of that thing whatsoever,
And it was cold.
Yes.
And we had preheated the car.
Yes.
For the truck.
So definitely under the seats with where their feet were hanging out, they could tell it was a little chilly there.
And we definitely experienced the ice on the door well or the wheel well.
Yes, that is something we did experience.
And no, we did not air down for ice.
Sounds like this one over here should have when she went to took the daughter to school.
She was already at school. It was just me.
Let's see.
Just me killing myself in the Bronco.
Kari says roll tide. I guess it's national championship night.
All Terrain
Georgia
Nation, Truth
versus-
Time. We already talked about that
Yeah,
one.
I'm scrolling back through here.
Paul Elliott says, I made a cop laugh one time when I got pulled over for a minor defense. Do you know what you did back there? No, but I'm afraid you're about to tell me, and it's going to cost me some money.
Tennessee Bronco got a call from 67 Designs today for my Bronco rail order. Congratulations, man. I know I've had a couple people where I've posted that on social media. And once again, Kelly, what do we not get from 67 Designs?
Sponsorship.
We are not sponsored by this company.
We don't get a discount either.
I like to say that way all the time because I love the product is why I like to say that. So I don't want anybody thinking like, oh, man, they're just excited because they got something for free or whatever. No, nothing at all. Where we're at.
David Rotter says, any full grill guards out there yet? Got a lot of deer around here.
I have seen one grill guard that attaches to the metal bumper, the heavy-duty bumper. It just kind of goes around the lights a little bit.
Be careful how they mount.
ARB has their normal kind of roof-style bar, but the damn thing sticks out so far from the truck. It's not a great design in my opinion. But 67 Designs. So I've had a few people that want the product. They liked our review of it, and they've called or they email first and waiting for however 67 Designs is going to get back with them. Guys, just stay patient.
Yeah.
I know a prerequisite is you have to have your Bronco. They're not just sending those things out. Maybe one person has gotten them.
I was going to say one person I know has gotten one because I posted about it because somebody was asking about like stuff to put on their Bronco or whatever, and I had posted that we got the rail, and they had said, oh, I can't wait for my Bronco to come because I've got it waiting. So one or two may have snuck through, but
which I mean, I don't know how they exactly do their business, but I like that thing a lot. Like it's come in quite handy. I forgot how much I used it in the Jeep for filming things. So having that and the GoPro option, which we haven't got to use yet, but we'll definitely use that. I may buy another one of those to point in the cab for filming. But love that rail a lot. So, and that was Tennessee Bronco.
Cigar Texan and Peugeot says Cigar Texan, come on over. You can practice and put mine on first. LOL regarding the truck top.
Oh, and Peugeot says just call it a kilt, Dave. For my tennis skirt.
Airplane Mike said you need to wear a skirt when you do the Sleep in the Bronco live stream.
Whoa,
I don't know that you
whoa.
want to see all that.
Yeah, you don't. We're not going there. Which is still gonna happen. Let's get these
Not the skirt part.
No. I've done weird things for goofiness, but probably not actually wearing a skirt.
Donnie Reeve asked, do you have any info on Bronco builds and what's going on with the orders?
Not right now. they're I mean each month they're picking up.
Bye, Dirk. Have a good night.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
for joining.
Thank you, sir. All is good in Bronco land as far as I know, other than just some
Minor tweaks.
material constraints. I do believe that we may see the Raptor at Chicago. I have this is just assumptions, but
That would be worth
I
going to
have
Chicago
usually
for.
Chicago is a truck centric kind of thing when they do a lot with SUVs and trucks. Usually you do that there, like because New York would be next. New York's more car oriented, car show. But I would have a feeling that's when we see it, and if I can get confirmation on that, we're definitely going to cover that.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I think it's either that or they do the Everglades, which wouldn't be terrible. I'd like to see that snorkel in person and kind of make fun of the engineer that designed it. But let's see. What else we got, Kelly?
We're caught up.
We're caught up.
Yeah, because you flew through all the comments above.
Tim Hip says the tires collect so much junk. Yes, these
Yes.
good years are coming off of this thing this spring for us. Definitely.
Donnie Reeves says, all is not good. I still don't have a build date.
Hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. Where was it? Tim also asked. There was another question he had asked. I don't know why this thing won't scroll to my.
I know, it's acting weird. These Broncos need mud flaps. You already talked about that one.
Yes. So the mud flaps would be great because we noticed the ice buildup.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you haven't seen it, I'll see if I can get a picture up real quick. Talk to me. I want to stream this picture so they can get a good.
Let's see.
Guys, hang with me. I'm going to stream a couple pictures we took of snow buildup.
Yeah, Johnny, there's a lot of folks that don't have build dates. We've got folks that in the chat even that are 1, 2, 3 days and still don't have build dates. So it's pretty common. We just happened to get lucky, essentially, because we switched from hard top to soft top that we ended up getting a build, and we just happened to be next. Matt, I thought I had a few mediums on the site. I will check. I thought I had some mediums on the site. Maybe I didn't.
Talking to people at the moment.
I know I am talking to people. Trackers aren't updating because build dates for 2021 models were actually built when stated on window sticker. Weren't actually built, is what Omnipotent Elon says.
Yeah, I don't know if this photo. All right, I'm gonna get us a photo here, but I don't know if.
David Rotter says, heard anything about solutions for the popping, ticking of the hard top levers?
There's no. I guarantee there's no solution for that. That is our Jeep does the same thing though. Our Jeep on the driver's left side will pop like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Bronco's even worse because there's no support. Jeep has that middle rail, so the tops can connect Lego together, and there's some support for them, and they're smaller. With the Bronco, it's all dependent on a soft material. Clearly, you guys know it's cardboard interior of that top, so there is some flexibility to that top, and then it latches to the back of the panels and to the front of the window frame, and it just allows that thing to just do this with the body because bodies will twist depending you hit bumps and stuff. I don't see a fix for that. I think it is just you have to adapt to and get used to that. But let's see here. Oh, of course it would do that to me.
Would it do that weird file?
Yes. It's another freaking step here.
Well, it's showable. You could have showed it there.
I guess you're right. I could have done that.
You're just screenshotting.
I don't even have to do that. Big brain over here.
That's why you keep me around.
And that is why I keep you around.
Just saying.
Just that big brain. I got a photo here I'm about to drop on you guys. It's been talked about. It's not like this is breaking news, but we definitely experienced this issue. And damn it, what am I doing? Window capture. I guess talk amongst yourselves since Kelly doesn't want to talk.
Sorry, I thought you were talking too. Tim Cornet says, hey guys, don't have mine yet, but thoughts on wrap or ceramic? We are wrapping.
Ceramic's not a bad deal. Don't get me wrong. All right, here we go.
See, I get talking and then you take over.
I know. All right, so here is the ice buildup on the Bronco. Now we're dealing with not as extreme weather as you know a lot of people up north deal with, but what I want you to see is all this buildup right here on the passenger rear door. We could not get those doors open. And the thing of it is, it's a little frustrating because you're like, oh, I could just probably kick that kind of free, but I don't want to scratch the damn new truck up to do it. And I can't believe in Ford's testing of this thing
That they didn't figure that out.
that this never popped up.
Sorry. Dog
That
stepped on my toe.
that I for whatever reason, let's see, get a little closer here. That this issue just did, and I know they were testing them out in the snow in Colorado and stuff. That these buildup problems didn't happen. Like, I really think a lot of it could be if you put on the front, you could put a mud flap on the front. And it would, you can see where they're on the rock rail there where it was building up because it's just splashing. We happened to notice. I think you got a picture of it or video.
Actually, a video of it.
I can't put it up right now, but you could see where the tires are throwing up water up in the air, so you can see it all across the body. Which this is not unusual to see the kind of dirt and salt and stuff that would build up on a snowy day like this. But this buildup because of these plastic. Fenders it was pretty bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
And we went to Walmart that night, and the passenger side we couldn't get open at all. We ended up getting this side open.
Well, and honestly, earlier that day we had gone somewhere. We took our daughter with us, and we took the Jeep because that was covered up. Because we couldn't get her in the back seat and just didn't want to deal with it at that point. But yeah, it was literally frozen solid. And it wasn't like, hey, I can kick on the one side, we could kick it off. So we were able to kick it off on the driver, lightly kicking
bump it off, really.
But on the passenger side, it was an iceberg.
Yes.
And it would not come off. So we had to just wait. And funny thing is, actually, the next morning, our truck is going off, and I'm like, crap.
Yeah, the alarm's going off.
Yeah, the alarm's going off, and I'm like, crap. Who's in our driveway? You know, whatever. And I checked back on our camera, and there was nobody in there. And I told him, I said, I bet what it is because when we tried to open the door, it just never got fully latched, and that snow was gone. And sure enough, the snow was gone off it the next morning. So the door had cracked open, and it recognized it. So,
but yes, that is a major concern for that. I like those fenders, the idea of them, but I just something just doesn't seem intelligent about that design.
Yeah, something's off about it. I don't know if it's because they're so wide.
Well, no, I think the non-Sasquatch will still have the same. They're only about an inch narrower, but they're going to have the same issues no matter what.
Yeah, 'cause it just collects it.
Yep. So yeah, but the buildup and stuff on this thing pretty normal from what I've seen on other vehicles. So I don't worry about that. The only thing I worried about was that in the buildup there. And then we noticed some issues on the soft top with the buildup.
Yes.
But it wasn't the actual during the snow. It was when it was melting. We did notice it looked a little damp on the inside of it. And we've got some pictures. We're going to drop a video on that. So stay tuned for that. Thank you, Ronald, for the $2.99, sir. You're always too kind to us, sir. But so, yeah, there's been a couple things this weather has kind of pointed out to us about this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're flaws. Even the plastic, I wouldn't say it's literally a flaw. It just could be improved on.
Which plastic are we talking about?
About the buildup on the plastic.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. What else we got going on here?
Let's see. There was one. Jeffrey Babb says, Kelly, just wanted to say thank you for suggesting to call Ford customer service to get information about my Bronco order. In 5 minutes, I had a production week and a VIN number. Awesome. When is your build date?
Yeah, I'm glad that
or at least production week.
Let's see.
Because I think that was a team effort, because I know Dr. Simple Beauty had mentioned that if you've got, a confirmation order, you should have kind of a build idea.
But back to the wrap and stuff. Yes,
Yeah.
we're planning on wrapping ours. I wanted to do PPF and a wrap, and the PPF is just a long term to help save the paint. But you could get 10 grand in both of those real quick.
We don't have that budget.
Right. We're not that channel yet. But we're definitely the wrap is we're just waiting to finalize the design on it. You guys, like I said, Kelly's going to put some stuff on the membership area where if you're a member, you can see some of that stuff.
And help vote.
Yes, and we're just kind of trying to get some placement of the vehicle. But I will say we've had a blast in it so far.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's been nothing about this vehicle I've been really disappointed with. Even the stuff on the door. I mean, I guess because I knew people had already kind of taken pictures of that, but I wasn't like, well, shit.
Yeah.
'Cause you know what? I ride up front. I don't ride
I
in the
had
back.
forgotten about it though. Yeah, somebody said the back doors are overrated anyway.
That's right.
Nurse AJ, yes, thank you for calling that out. So we have 69 likes and 73 viewers. So please give that a like if you haven't already. At that time we had 81 viewers. So
Yes, but 69 likes is pretty cool.
you're such a 12-year-old.
I know. Booze and
Jack R says, "What do you think Jeep should take that Ford did good on the Bronco?"
That's a good question, man. That's a really good question.
I like the push four-wheel drive. Personally,
I think the mirrors are definitely a no-brainer for Jeep.
oh, I agree.
I mean, just like I know companies like Rugged Ridge and some of these aftermarket companies don't want to hear this. That's a no-brainer for them to do that.
Yep.
And they can do it.
Yep.
So that is probably the number one thing that I think they could steal. I think it's Jeep's president said, it's about 5 years ago, said, hey, independent front suspension is coming for us at some point. So I definitely think that the Bronco, as long as the numbers kind of stay as hot as it is and they keep taking orders in, I think Jeep will recognize that, hey, people like a nice driving vehicle with the top coming off, and they're willing to sacrifice things. So I think that if Jeep was smart, they would take in their lower trims and make them independent front suspension. Your sports, even Gladiator, and then save the solid axle for the Rubicons. And then they're really kicking Ford's ass because Ford's not offering the solid axle. So I think that would be the couple things. Anything for you that you've seen?
For me, which I know we've talked about, people really like the manual transfer case, but I like the push button. I like the easy button. Yeah. Does the Rubicon have a sway bar disconnect push button?
But it's their sway disconnect. You got to be damn near on flat ground. It can't be under load. You got to push it. It takes a few seconds to disengage. It's kind of it was cool for its time, but with the way Ford's system is now, it's way behind.
I don't think I noticed it in the Jeep, not our particular Jeep, but the Jeep when we did it at an off-rodeo, or not off-rodeo. Why do I keep calling it that? The Austin Tawas
press event we did.
I don't think I noticed it engage. Yeah, now that I think about it, the 392 that we drove had the sway bar disconnect because I think we played with it a little bit.
Because those only come in Rubicons.
Yeah, so we played with that a little bit, and I did not like that I really was having trouble figuring out how to turn the sway bar disconnect back off. Because remember, we were having kind of a trouble. We couldn't tell if it was engaging or disengaging, and it was kind of yelling at you. But what I did like about the sway bar disconnect when we played with it a little bit this weekend was that it actually tells you sway bar disconnect will re-engage after 20 miles an hour. So I really liked that, and I really liked the quick response to it for the push button on that. But I also like the push buttons. I like the easy button.
Yeah. Well,
nowadays.
You're getting, the whole goat mode thing.
Yeah.
The only way you get that is with that electronic controlled transfer case. That's the only way you're getting that. But it's like EV, man, and there's talk of the hybrid being released. That we get to see what a hybrid version of this could look like. It's the same thing with EV versus the gas powered guy. Change is coming, whether you like it or not. And I know, who was it? Somebody just said, "Oh yeah," Impejo said Jeep people would lose their shit if they go independent front suspension. But guess what? Jeep doesn't care. They have their core audience that are going to be like, "Oh yeah, we told Ford a long time ago that was the way they should have."
That's true.
That is exactly what would happen.
Yeah.
Well, we for years we've asked for this, and you're like, "What?" No, you guys are bragging about how much flex you can get, which is they're still king of flex. I know we have the sway disconnect and all that.
Yeah.
You still can't make up for the fact that they can droop that front axle like crazy. You just can't make up for that. But guess what? Front and rear lockers in this thing.
Yeah.
Through a lot of that stuff where you need a little control, pump them on. And, yes, a wheel may be off the ground, but you still have 3 others touching the ground. So I'm not worried about it.
And I also, Jeep to Bronco, not necessarily Gladiator to Bronco. I've heard feedback from people that own a Jeep Wrangler, and they've seen the Bronco. And I think one thing that Jeep needs to take away is the way that the back gate opens, for one, and the soft top pops up, because that's been a lot of feedback I've gotten from Jeep people, because they like the Bronco version.
Really?
Yeah, because the Jeep, you have to unzip it and you have to do all that, but the Bronco is just
the kickstand.
Pop those clips and put it up on a kickstand. So that's been some feedback I've gotten from Jeep folks.
I don't recall why the doors open similarly, other than the piston that stops it in the positions on the Bronco.
Well, and maybe the gate isn't the key, but I know that the big portion of it is the soft top pop up, the way that ours pops up versus the way the Jeep does. And then the other thing, we've talked about it, I swear I beat it into the ground, but the other thing that I think Jeep needs to take from Bronco is more comfortable seats.
Yes.
Like more comfortable seats.
Yeah, well, the seats in the Bronco are wider too.
Yes.
And they've got more. Honestly, yes, the Jeep's narrow.
Yeah.
In the front end, so they have to sacrifice certain things, and I think probably that's one reason why Bronco is a little wider seat.
Mm-hmm. So those would be a few things that I would say to change it up.
Let's see. What else we got on there?
Donnie Reeves says, if you were offered a first edition at $20,000 over MSRP, would you?
No. Not at all. I think the first edition, and I know Cigar Texan has one and stuff, I think they're awesome. I think the graphics package and stuff you get with it is really cool. And there's some, like, special badging and stuff, but I can go get a Badlands loaded with the exact same stuff, and you might pay $5,000 or $10,000.
If you were going to keep it forever and ever and ever, it would be cool to say, hey, I have a first edition Bronco of the first year of the 6th gen.
I just don't think they're ever going to be collectible. I really don't. I know I'm probably in the wrong in saying that, but I just do not think that they're going to be collectible because it's a high volume vehicle. Yes, now you can look at old 65 Mustangs and stuff like that and go, well, who would ever thought those were going to be collectible? But that's different than modern vehicles, because modern vehicles have so much freaking tech in them now. It
ages out itself.
Yes, it makes it not want to be collectible. But I could be wrong on that. I would still, if you're not, I won't say ego, but if your desire to have that first edition, like if you have the money and there's one there and you can buy it, go do it, man. I mean, buy the vehicle you want if you can afford it. But as a long-term thing, no, I don't think there's any, I feel sorry for the first edition people anyways, because you were told you were going to get a painted roof, something else they were going to get, all this little stuff. And at the end of the day, Ford didn't make it really special at all. Yep. They should have done for those first editions, that's when they should have made the painted roofs just for them. That black painted glossy roof. And been like, we'll get the others out, but guess what? First edition is going to get what we promised.
And I also feel like they should have, for the first editions especially, had the VIN number in there. Not the VIN number, the like your name or your reservation,
well, yeah, 'cause
like they do with Corvette.
Corvette did that, and I thought that was a nice touch, that if you special ordered your vehicle, they put your name in the little plaque and stuff, and I'm sure that's a pain in the ass. And, of course, Corvette's not at the high volume that Bronco was hoping to be at, but still.
But first edition wasn't expected to be the high volume that it ended up being, because what did they start with, 3,800 and end up doubling it?
It started 7,000 total. And I always take garbage for this, and I still stand by this, and nobody for Ford will ever confirm this. I guarantee you it was only supposed to be $7,000, and that was it.
7,000.
Yes. And I think it was supposed to be 3,500 two-doors and 3,500 four-doors, and that was going to be it. But I think the initial drop of the reservations of these things was such a clusterfuck and then they couldn't control how many two-doors. It wasn't like our store where you set how many of certain shirt sizes you have, they didn't set that stuff.
Right.
And suddenly they probably had way more 4 doors than 2 doors. And they were like, oh, no, we meant for it to be 7,000 2 doors, 7,000 4 doors, or whatever it was going to be. I just really feel like that they kind of lied to people on that. And they got greedy, and I've said it many times, they got greedy, and they should have shut. Chevrolet's already shut reservations off on the Silverado electric.
So we got one before they shut them off?
They've already. Thank you,
Hey,
Kevin.
Kevin.
But they, is this Bronco? Hey, Kevin, we have.
Mondays are Bronco Talk.
Frontier Fridays are coming back.
Frontier Fridays.
But I think GM learned a lot from Ford's mess up on that stuff.
Well, and we talked about it anyway because I was reading through the packet that we saved on it. It was like MSRP is suggested for the EV for the Silverado. Like we could tell that GM had learned from this whole Bronco debacle.
Yep.
Because actually in the terms, like, it gives you that confirmation page. It actually says MSRP is a suggested sales price by General Motors, but its final price is up to dealer. And then reservation does not equate to guaranteeing that vehicle to be yours. And so there were a lot of different little pieces in there that we could totally tell that they took from the playbook that Bronco did not, or Ford did not on the Bronco.
I went for the Silverado, though. I went to a small dealership.
Yes, we did.
And I told him right up front, I said, like, are you doing MSRP? And he was honest with me, said, we don't know what we're doing right now because kind of GM sort of threw that on these guys real quick. And, I think by 24 is when we really and realistically expect that vehicle.
Yeah.
I think things will have settled down enough that, they'll be hot, but they're bringing out their work truck or their fleet edition first. They're going to be out there a little bit before we get ours.
Oh, are they? So they're not. Okay.
Yeah, so we're getting the nicer one, but they're kind of throwing the cheaper ones out first, which kind of is cool. And then they have a first edition on that. But this isn't Silverado talk. This is Bronco talk.
Well, it was still Bronco talk because we were talking about how Silverado learned from Bronco. The whole Bronco debacle.
Kevin asked, any news for the Chicago Auto Show? Yeah, Kevin, you're going to have to go about 45 minutes up. But I will say, Kevin, as of right now, I don't know where the value is in going. Honestly,
unless the Raptor or the Everglades.
If I got word that, I have my press pass ready to go on that stuff.
Or if we got word that there was something happening with one of the big manufacturers.
The news I got out today was Toyota's dropping some little electric thing, and that was.
So they're not even You don't think they'll drop the 4Runner because it's supposed to come out summer 22. Or it's supposed to
the next 4Runner
be released.
No.
The information about the 23 4Runner is supposed to be released in the summer.
This would be Chicago. Would be you did the Chicago Auto Show with me in 20, and that's where Toyota, Ram, Ford to an extent, but really Ram, Stellantis, that all their brands play their hard. Toyota plays their hard, and
we got a champagne toast from Toyota.
Yeah, and also Subaru really come out there, and all the other brands sort of play around with their stuff. They don't.
Yeah.
Like Nissan was a joke.
Subaru, and we talk about this, but Subaru was the coolest booth we'd ever seen.
Did you read that in the press release, or they're doing all that again?
I didn't.
Tribute to the national parks or something.
Oh, cool.
It'd be real fun.
Sorry, we're digressing.
Kevin, I'm like,
we're still waiting to hear if there's some drop or something worth going up there for because they are at this point they're on. Thanks, Kevin. We very much appreciate that.
Cigar Texan says, I'm flipping my Lightning. I know that for sure. Do not blame you at all on that. I would drive it for a week or so just to say, oh, cool. This is what EV's like. Now give me gas powered back.
And Matt, there are mediums in this shirt, but I don't have mediums in the black. If I come across a medium in the black, I'll definitely let you know.
Yeah, the black, once it's done, it's done.
Because we did a short run on that.
This one we might do a different color next time, though.
Yeah. Spread it out. We're going to come up with some more ideas, too.
Yep. Let's see. What else we got going for? Yes, the S is...
We did not get leather. YouTube Car Spotters Guide. I don't know if you were asking about that or whether you were asking about somebody else. Maybe M. Peugeot.
Fly out of Indy.
Oh, I think they're having their side conversation.
Oh, geez,
sorry,
guys.
Sorry, guys.
We'll
My
just-
bad.
We'll just go somewhere else. We'll just. Let's see what else we got going on. So Kelly, how was the installation of that rail for you?
It was actually really, really easy. It was
So,
a little nerve-wracking just because we had to put a hole in it.
The 67 Designs rail, we'll get into that just a little bit before we wrap this thing up. But yeah, I know somebody had told me on one of the social medias, like, oh, once you got a drill into it, I'm out. And like,
Yeah.
it doesn't really bother me anymore.
I had a lady respond and say, oh, I have to put a hole in it. Forget it.
Yeah, which I'm not like taking this thing. I don't ever plan to take this bar off.
Well, and I responded to her and I said, this is a long-term install for us.
Yeah.
So I said, I totally get it. I was nerve-wracked when I had to put a screw hole in there.
There was somebody asking me on one of the socials. It was kind of funny. They were asking me like, well, is there just a single use option? And I was like,
What's a single use
yeah,
option?
you can put that ball, 67 Designs, they have their little ball for the the pivot mount. You can put it in the accessory area and buy their bar and you're done. So there's probably a way cheaper versions of doing that. We needed 2 phone holders.
Yes.
Especially on trips, it's kind of a pain in the ass. I've got mine up there, and sometimes you're like putting in the glove box, back out of the like. It's easier for you just to leave it up there. Plus the GoPro mount, and we know with that thing we have a lot of options. We can put quite a few, accessories on that thing.
Jay Zen said, stop interrupting the chats. LOL.
Oh, sorry, Jay. Sorry about that. I'll just put on some.
And then M. Peugeot said, come join us.
I'll just put on some light jazz for you guys. And
one thing I did want to call out. Pavement Ends Now said that she, I don't know. Pavement Ends Now said they got snow in their 2-door Bronco.
Really?
Like it came in the 2-door. So
wait.
Thank you, Kevin. Have a good night.
Yes,
we'll talk
Kevin.
soon.
Be
Safe
buddy.
travels.
How
Said
did it come
I don't
in?
know. Just said had snow in the 2-door passenger side.
It's interesting. Oh, I did notice too the doors. So we had water. Water was dripping off. You guys have all seen where water comes in the front doors a little bit. So it was melting off that roof and coming down the glass.
Yes.
Part of the issues with no frame, part of the cool things is it's a lighter door. Part of the issues with not having a frame door is water has more direct access, and when you go to open the door up, the glass was only slightly coming down, like very, very slightly. Like the ice was freezing, not allowing it to do that. Let's see.
Yeah, and I will say that we caught actually a little bit of shit for popping our roof
Oh
back.
my God.
So we popped a little.
Start over.
Okay, so we got a little bit of shit from opening our top in the snow.
Yeah, so I post that video on Facebook and other places, and hoping to bring new people into the channel.
Yeah.
And sometimes you take shit in those little Facebook groups, and they tell you you're clickbaiting. And I'm like, I really feel like, and you guys let me know in the comments, I really feel like we are the least clickbaity thing. Like there's sometimes you'll ask a questions, like in that last video, the Bronco video, I did put at the end, did we get stuck? Just asking a question. Clearly, you watched the video.
I told him, I was like, that's the most clickbaity one that you've done.
But normally I try to lay it out there with an interesting title, but not not clickbaity. And we take so much crap in some of these.
Oh, the passenger door was stuck by snow in the rear flare. Wow. That's crazy.
So we take a lot of crap sometimes in these Facebook groups.
Yes.
Which, and some of you come in and defend us, which we do appreciate.
Yeah.
And in this instance, we posted that video of us, I think it was the live stream, and we were just having fun, man. That was just
just fun.
That wasn't really about like, man, I hope people really fund our next project with this. That was just about me and you honestly being goofy, and we would have done it whether there was a camera on there or not. We would just been stupid. And what was the lady's
Honestly,
comment?
I think the camera makes us have even a little bit more fun because
Probably.
we know you guys are having a good time with us.
Right.
But yeah, she was like, oh, what did she say? I said, oh, we got to get our top off in the snow or something. And she goes, your dealership should have told you that you should not be popping that top until 6 months in and let your roof cure. And I was like, what? I said, I'm pretty sure the 15 minutes or so did not kill.
Well, it was more than 15 minutes.
Well, but still.
You lied to these people.
You underestimate when you
I'm telling these people we're
you're
not
talking
clickbaiting.
to trolls.
I'm just playing.
You're talking to trolls.
That is true.
You gotta err on the side of lower. And yeah, so I was like, I'm pretty sure the 15 minutes, it'll be fine. And it settled down just fine. And she goes, your dealership should have told you. Or she says, no. It started with something about now you've creased your
We've torn up our soft top.
You've torn up your soft top. You've creased it now. And I said, I'm pretty sure the 15 minutes was fine. And then she goes, your dealer should have told you that you need to let that cure for 6 months or more.
Yeah,
and then somebody else jumped in there. I don't know. It might have been one of you guys that jumped in there. It was like, so you're trying to tell me that I live in the southern states and it's warm here and I'm not allowed to take my top off for 6 months? That's a little ludicrous or something.
She was like, oh, no, in the South.
She goes,
you're
no,
okay.
not in the South. Okay. But when it's, when it's cold, you shouldn't be doing
and I'm
that.
like, lady, we are in the South. like
whatever.
Some of the Karens out there on some of that stuff.
I just
and
couldn't.
even the dude Karens, the Kyles out there with some of the stuff is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let's see, Dave, when you start wearing tennis skirts in your promos, then you will be clickbait. Damn it. Well, Kelly, take that skirt back.
Donnie Reeves says, is the original Bronco rail a real thing or is 67 the only one?
No, there's so Donnie, Ford in their promo video they showed like a what is it, a panini or not panini? Picatinny or I can never say this right.
Picatinny
rail that they showed up there, an accessory rail attachment for that. And of course, they never actually developed it. I think they were hoping aftermarket would just do it for them. And there's different bars that you can put up there. There's some tiny ones. I've seen some that are maybe 4 inches that you can put there that attach to the accessory point. There's that little screw
gives you
hole.
just a little bit of wideness.
Yeah, there's that accessory area that you can attach a GoPro up there or however you want to, whatever you need to put up there. And the 67 Designs is I wanted the longest bar we could find because
we had a lot of real estate to cover.
Yes, there's a lot of things I need to put up there for documenting video and stuff like that. So that's why I went with what they do. But if you just need a single use, there's way different ways of doing that, and there's a bunch of different companies doing it.
And it looks like there's a bunch of comments in there. M. Peugeot says went with RTR Tech 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody else said they're Reeve Racing makes one too, apparently. So yeah, there's several out there. We just happen to really like the 67 Designs quality. And again, we are not I know you all are tired of that because we talk about it all the time, but we're not sponsored.
There's little things in that video that I pointed out that I didn't even notice when we installed it in the Jeeps that, like the little stamping of 67 in the wing nut and stuff they just didn't have to do. People were buying it no matter what, but there was just little pride things that I liked that they did. The carbon fiber rod, there's another company that does carbon fiber rods. That's not a big deal. But I do think they stand out with their clamps that hold the phone.
Oh, sorry, that's wheeled Peugeot.
But they're metal, and I know another company that I can't think of it. They got the little bullet design for their logo. I believe theirs are plastic, and I just like the metal better. I just think for ruggedness, it's probably hold the phone a little better and wouldn't break. But yeah, there's a bunch of different companies that do that. That was just happened to be the one that we really liked and wanted to showcase.
Yeah, because we'd had the Jeep one and we knew the quality. Because we'd had other off-brands in the past in different vehicles, and they just didn't hold up to what we.
Yeah, you get Walmart phone holder kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest though, that full rail with the 3 accessories that I put on it wasn't cheap.
No. Yeah, and Donnie Reeves said that apparently the Bronco rails at AR Racing are $275. I want to say ours was like $2.
No, it was $300.
Was it 3 something?
Yeah.
With our 3 attachments.
Yeah. But once again, the quality that I know of this company, I didn't want to spend $300 for a phone holder. Let's be honest.
I was not excited to see that.
But it's and like we said, I'm not saying these nice things for hoping. I don't hope if they saw that video that I did, cool. I would suggest a couple of minute, tiny changes about it, but nothing not game changing by any means.
No.
All right, what else we got going on? Yes, Donnie, Well, here's the thing with metal, like any of that stuff with metal prices, I know from talking to a manufacturer today that metal is through the roof right now. Like, so any of that stuff is just getting more expensive.
Did we already talk about you wearing a tennis skirt in your promos, then you'll be clickbait?
Yep. Overlaying for fun says, I thought Tennessee was in the South. So did we.
Right? We did too. You know, whatever. Overlanding for fun says, I just paid my invoice for designs. I think you get what you pay for.
Yeah, and overlanding for fun, I hate to know how many attachments you ordered for yours. I think you had one for like your glasses, to hold your glasses or something. And
Did you really?
No.
Oh. Sometimes
She's
I
totally
can't tell.
falling for it.
Sometimes
no,
I
but
can't
he
tell.
wanted to get his ham radio, and he had a bunch of stuff like that he wanted to get off the dash.
Cigar Texan says, I'm going bodyguard, bumpers, and rails. Nice. We can't wait to see what you do with it.
Yeah, that sounds great. No, I don't like those bumpers.
Just because you don't like
I
it doesn't
know.
mean that.
I'm just being funny.
That's why I'm
People
saying.
grab what they want, man.
Wow.
But you know, there's a lot of different choices out there. The new hefty Fabworks front Bronco bumper is pricey, $2,600, I think it is. But man, it looks like it is manufactured from Ford.
And we know their quality.
Yes, I know Chris Hefty very well. It really looks like it was this is just what Ford had them build.
Mm-hmm.
Looks really, really good.
Donnie said can't drill into the dash. Just can't do it. I get it.
Oh, come on, man.
I get it.
There it is. We made our AR Picatinny
In aluminum rail.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice,
I'll
man.
paint garage.
See, Dave's making me buy this.
67 rail thingamajig.
Yeah, just tell him, say, look, man, these fuckers would not shut up about this damn
Pretty
thing.
much.
So I had to buy it, right?
JZ says, okay, time to promo for Dave. Join, like everybody.
Cigar Texan, I'm only poking about that bumper, man. It's not for me, but guess what? Neither's the ARB and some of the others I've seen. They're not for me. I'm sure and they're a Texas company, man, so I definitely get one to use them.
And Peugeot says Dave loves his rough country
No. So my buddy Tim Esterthal with Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk picked up a new 2022 Toyota Tundra.
setup.
And once a year he buys a new vehicle like this, and it's a long-term. He does a long-term review on it, and he ends up, getting rid of it the next year and buying a new one. So Rough Country hit him up about wanting to put some parts on his vehicle, and he's interested, I guess. I don't know. But they are in Tennessee, Rough Country is. So I told him I would run over there if he has his Tundra over there, and I'd check out their place with him. So the guys that do it in Tennessee, good company, but it's the when they farm the stuff out that I'm not a fan of.
I'm just making sure you didn't miss
Oh,
anything.
Dr. Simple Beauty liked it. She smashed the like button.
Oh, Matt asked again about what do you think about ceramic coating? 'Cause we never talked about
I'm
that.
planning on, when the weather gets a little more decent, I have ceramic coating. I'm planning on doing our Bronco if it happens before
we
can
wrap
get
it.
the wrap. But you can do ceramic coating on wraps too. So I think it's amazing. I mean, it's like Rain-X sort of like I've
And
seen.
he doesn't typally like Rain-X.
Well,
but
I'm not
I
saying
love
we're
me
putting
some
on the
Rain-X.
glass, but like I've seen the stuff firsthand just slide right off of it. It just however it works, man. And they used to charge when it first came out 8 years ago or more. Like they were charging $1,000 to $2,000 to install this. Like, and you just with some patience put it on there. So yeah, ridiculous.
You get to start with a small area before you get big.
Dave, is there any Broncos on Dirt Mountain? The last one, I read something on Bronco 6G, I think.
I don't know.
That the last one left yesterday, I want to say. And one of their members,
Really?
Broncos. Yeah.
Jeffrey Babb says he now has a production week of 221.
Congratulations.
Nice.
It's a long, hey man, get it. You thought waiting for the Bronco was bad just to get your VIN?
You just
Wait till you get close to the production day and you're like, or production week, or you get that VIN or your window sticker and you're like, damn, it's about to happen. And then ours was built.
Good night, Dr. Simple Beauty. Thanks
Yes,
for
ma'am,
joining.
thank you. Ours was built, what was it? October 28th is the day ours was actually built. We didn't pick it up till the
that was a blind date.
18th. And
Of November.
That was a rough time. And well, I guess part of the bummer was we knew people from further away, like Dr. Simple Beauty. She was, I think, 100 behind us or something in the order.
And she's in California, and we're in Tennessee.
L.A., and she got hers before we did in Tennessee. I'm like, how? In what world does this make any sense? And I'm not making fun of her for getting it.
No, it's just that she was going rail, we were going convoy, and we've kind of talked about this a little bit on our lives, that my dad worked for General Motors on the rail cars, and so he would actually load the vehicles on the rail cars, and so they literally leave the shop, at least at General Motors, they leave the shop,
go right to the rail cars,
quality check, and then go straight on the rail cars at the...
That's how Nissan did it.
I wonder if Ford does the same thing.
They all did the same thing.
It just depends on if they rail
I would
cars.
watch them leave the building at Nissan.
Go through quality.
I seen them wreck them, like Maximas with like 3 miles by the time they got to the rail yard. Dude wrapped it around a telephone pole. But what they're doing is they're told to go as fast as possible. You know, it's about volume.
About speed.
We're getting them out. But yet, you know, in the handbooks, it's like, oh, we follow this guidelines, this speed. You know, nobody's allowed to go faster. Or...
Cigar Texan said he received his 240,000 points this week.
That's a good question.
Tell us more.
Yes.
Tell us more, because I don't think we have our 200,000 points yet.
I'm looking.
Because you were MIC,
well,
right?
He was Dirt Mountain for a while. Then he was also the airbag issue. Oh, by the way, look. See if you guys can see that. Look, alarm triggered. That's what Kelly was talking about
that morning.
That morning it gives us a notice.
I wish it would give me a notice about what was going on with the stupid radio today. Is there anything in there?
Yeah, what's this? Nope. So, let's see. So, right there it says, hi, David. You may have experienced some Ford Pass app interruptions on Tuesday, January 4th. This isn't how we want to start the new year. We apologize for the inconvenience. Rest assured that we fixed the issues. So, although the system glitches aren't optimal, we appreciate your loyalty and patience. Well, that was kind of nice of them. They didn't
that was good, because I think that was about the time that I was having issues with the remote start.
Oh, you had a warning light about USB today.
Yeah, I don't know that I took a picture of it. I think I just did video. But yeah, I had an issue where I was just driving on the road and I do have a picture. I don't know if you can see it or not. I gotta figure out where it edits. It's not gonna show. It's not gonna adjust. Dang. Okay. So it says
we have not gotten our points. Well, we've gotten 117,000, and what, 70,000 was from the dealership for kind of effing us over or something.
Yeah, I think so. So the response that what I had on our screen today was the inserted USB is not responding, or USB device is not responding. Didn't matter what I did. I turned the car off for about 15 minutes, went into the bank, came back out, and it was doing it again. I tried to go into different settings. I tried to see. The only thing that I didn't do was a master reset on it, which would reset the whole head. So I wasn't doing that.
I have a feeling it might be the cable though on that one.
It's possible, but we don't have. Where do we go to get the cable?
No, the actual, were you plugged in?
No, I was Bluetooth.
Oh, well, maybe that cable was plugged in. It was fucking it up or something.
Maybe. I don't know.
But yes, no, there's a couple little quirky things. We're going to have to take this thing into the dealership and let them check out.
We're going to have to check it out.
Alpine Garage, which is, for you guys that don't know, was, what was it? .3 garage. Or
Mile.3.
Mile.3 garage. So if you guys are wondering who that is, congratulations.
That's
on your
right.
name
I
change.
forgot you guys were changing your name. Good job. Good job. Sorry.
Let's see. Come on, Mom.
I know. It's because I've been trying to train stupid people today.
Hey, somebody said rest in peace somebody. Rest in peace Bob Saget.
Yeah.
That was a bummer, man.
It is a bummer.
Like, we've lost Betty White. Now we've lost Bob Saget. Who else is next? Please don't take Joe Rogan from us, please. Damn you, Satan.
Holy crap. He did get a ton. Overlanding for Fun says, Dave, I got 4 track balls, 2 GoPro mounts, 1 phone holder, 1 mini, 1 medium, 1 20 millimeter to 1 foot arms.
Stop bragging.
Holy crap.
Yeah, let's see. What do we got? We got about 10 more
and
minutes.
Peugeot says still has 0 points.
Yeah, in Peugeot, I would call that Ford number.
Cigar Texan was first edition. I forgot. Dual mod tops, mod and soft.
Yeah, but supposedly for the soft top, changing from a hard top to a soft top, you're supposed to get some of that stuff too.
Yeah, in Alpine Garage says and Peugeot called for a pass, and they'll get you those points. I need to call. I honestly, my job, I talk to people all day long, and the last thing I want to do is call someplace and ask people to fix things for me.
John Thumb says, "Does your fan go on randomly?" I don't know.
In the truck?
No. I have heard of people talking about the speeds have changed on them or something.
I always turn the whatchamacallit off.
The whatchamacallit.
The auto start, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't notice. I don't think I noticed that. Unless you don't, do you use the auto start? Do you keep the auto start on?
But the fan speed itself is, I've heard this where it's just like it can go up and down.
Oh, you're talking the interior fan. I was
Yes.
thinking,
The heater fan.
I was thinking the alternator fan.
Okay, sorry, I didn't catch the Danny Tanner, what y'all were talking about from Full House.
Maybe he was talking about somebody else.
Wait, don't rest in peace my hairline. Jesus, I actually have hair.
He has more than his dad. Did you check that video?
Yeah, look at my dad in that video, man.
Overlanding for fun. Tim, no, because Dave won't make the call, or Dave will call and he doesn't know how to deal with people. Like I deal with people all day long from the perspective of over the phone.
Manufacturers I just don't like their customer service people.
That's my point. That my business is what? Dealing with customer service people. So I know how to handle people. So he's just not the one. We would somehow end up with negative points in our account after Dave talked to them is what would happen.
Yeah. Panzer only got 40,000 points. Where is Honest tonight?
I don't know.
Man. Kind of miss Honest.
I know. Hopefully he's okay.
Normally, because I seen the Let's Go Brandon thing in there. Normally he likes throwing that out there any chance he
Oh,
gets.
no. Oh, when it's on auto.
Yeah, I never use the auto stuff on that.
Who's going to Forescan disable auto start? I'm not there yet. I'm not ready to do it yet.
I've got foreskin.
We have
I just
it.
haven't plugged it into the Bronco yet.
Hopefully we're not talking about foreskin. I know life's rough, isn't it?
Stephen Chowda.
Sorry, our dog is under. What are 20,000 reservation points?
So Richard,
Tokarski.
are you asking like the value to those? Because it's pennies. I can't ever explain it. But what it was when you bought the thing, I think Ford said they would give so many points, which is like 3 oil changes or something like that. That's what they claim those are good for. Or you can buy Ford Performance accessories with those points. Forescan is getting hacked.
And Peugeot, I will definitely try the USB plug in the rear tomorrow if I'm still getting the issue. He said try the plug in the rear and see, because I wasn't even plugged in that way. I was actually plugged in Bluetooth. So it was just the fact that it was giving me that
CarPlay?
error the whole time. Yeah, I was doing CarPlay, so I wasn't even using the plug-in CarPlay. That's what was really weird about it, is that I was completely Bluetooth.
Yeah, like the whole sport mode and stuff with Forescan, that is awesome. I don't know. Honestly, this sounds like an excuse, but the weather's been so shitty here lately. Like I have the speaker sitting under my desk here, waiting to be installed. Any chance I get, like on a weekend,
It's pitch dark
raining.
by the time he gets home.
Yeah,
too.
it's raining I don't know. It's just.
Carrie asked who gets the points. So you will actually get points when you take ownership of your Bronco or vehicle. I think it's like 40 or 45,000 points or something that you get.
I think it'll show up here.
For taking ownership. And then reservation holders got them, right? In general, I think.
Can't remember.
So we'll actually look in our app and tell you. View activity. Go up top. Right there.
All right.
So we got 42,000.
Wait.
Sorry.
Oh, yes. Okay, so
Yeah.
42,000 for vehicle purchase points. And then we got 75,000 vehicle purchase points, but I think that was from our dealership trying to make nice with us.
Yeah.
And supposedly, it's conflicting things I've heard, but supposedly because we switched from a hard top to a soft top, that's when the extra points kick in.
Overlanding for Fun says you might need to reboot your iPhone. It wasn't my phone though. Is the weird part. It was on the thing itself. It was on the head. I don't know what else to call it.
There's been a couple. What is
the radio itself has been a little quirky.
The backup camera doesn't like to work sometimes.
Yeah, the backup camera doesn't always work. It froze up on us on the way to Florida that time.
Yeah, I had to pull over and shut the car
which
off
we chalked it up to them pushing out an update at the time. There's just been a few little quirky.
Which is weird because that radio system, let's be honest, that radio has been out. Sync 4 has been out for a while. It's not like that's some brand new technology that. So.
I don't know.
Let's go, Brandon, for honest. That's hilarious. Let's see. Yes, undercoat everything Ford you buy. I was going to do a video on that.
About undercoating to preserve the Bronco. If we lived in an area to undercoat.
I forget what Lifestyle Off-Road was using.
I don't remember.
It's a salt protectant for them.
Yeah, there's some oil something.
We rarely
He said it actually works to protect it too. It's not just a coating. It is actually something that helps lubricate things too, I guess is what he said.
I don't know. Silly Northerners.
I know. This is not typical for us. We don't typically have to deal with the salt and everything else.
Yeah,
we get salt as a surprise.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see. It's around $1,000. Let's see. Somebody buying shirts or something.
That was Matt.
Oh.
Remember, I get the text.
Let's see.
Yeah, I would say it's probably not useful to you in Southern California, Matt.
Probably not. It's really here in Tennessee, not much. I don't see a lot of...
Some race car fans in the chat, David said.
Maybe. I'm a race car fan. I used to love NASCAR till it turned into the same car. Let's see. Anything else? We're right at a 2-hour mark.
04 F-150 is struggling right next door in VA.
You guys got your own conversations going on. We never know what y'all are talking about in there. Well, Kelly, I think that's a show, man.
Wow. Are we cutting?
We're not doing the 4-hour show.
2 minutes early.
Yep. But
sorry, Overlanding for Fun. Don't put your lights on and boot up anything.
I'm out of whiskey. Not completely. I mean, I have a little here left, but
I still have plenty of Tito's right now. I didn't even drink mine. I took one little sip.
What?
Yeah.
Just gotta chug this Tito's now.
Oh God, we've been keto for a week, so I was feeling it. I was feeling it.
Friends of Brandon Bounder. There you go. DTM. Nice. So whether it be 2-wheel drive,
4-wheel drive,
4-wheel drive, or anything you're driving, I don't know anymore. This has been your All-Terrain Nation. We've been exclusively talking Ford Bronco here. Guys, thank you for...
welcome to membership, Donnie.
Here I'm internet, and Donnie's becoming a member. Thank you for the membership. Thank you guys for all the support. It means a lot. It just helps fun things like Chicago. So when you join in, we do appreciate that. There we go. Sorry, guys.
Hey, guys. Sorry.
What the stream was doing.
Kelly should shotgun a beer. I'll shotgun my vodka.
She's hilarious to watch shotgun a beer.
Gosh.
She's like,
gosh, that could be a whole nother hour show. That'd be Frontier Friday. So at our event in September, you play beer darts, which never knew there was a thing until our Nissan friends told us about it and brought it to the event. And if you don't know what beer darts are, you set up these wooden, what are they called? L-shaped, I don't know, backboards, I guess. Mm-hmm. And you put your open beer.
Natterdays
typically. You put your open beer on the wood part, on the floor part of it. Sorry, my words are just not finding me today. And you take turns shooting at each other's beers. And if you hit it, you have to drink. The other person has to drink theirs until it's no longer dripping. But if you get a kill shot, then you have to chug the whole damn beer. and I'm not very good dart player unless I get lucky, and then not that kind of lucky. It actually, I don't know. I have to chug some beer.
Yeah, have the old natter days there.
There's Aaron in your picture.
Yeah, Aaron was in there.
Uh-huh.
But anyways, all right, guys. I stick to beer pong. It's probably simpler.
Yeah.
So, whether it be two-wheel drive, we'll try this one more time. Whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, you know the drill. It does not matter what you drive because this is your all-terrain nation. And what are we, Kelly?
We're out.
Peace, everybody.